Good morning, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying the break. Well, we must make good use of the season. So we need to learn very well. We are learning clauses this morning. It's not a new topic, like we all know, but we actually need to master it because of our comprehension passage answering in our WAEC exams. Very, very important. All right, this morning we are looking at clauses. We are going to be looking at the definition and the different types of clauses. So this morning, I would expect that you should be able to define and identify phrases and clauses. I've given you a starter that requires you to match. So you match phrases to the according topic. All right. Then I also expect you to define and identify main and subordinate clauses. You must be able to differentiate between a main clause and a subordinate clause. Then also you give examples of these. Then I would like that you be able to categorize clauses into noun, adjectival, and adverbial clauses. Finally, I would like that you be able to create sentences using these clauses. It's important that you are able to create your own sentences. So, I know some of you would likely ask me, why do I need to know clauses? Well, very important. To become a good writer, you can't do without the knowledge of this. It's very important for you to know how to use variety of sentence structure. All right? Then, what is a clause? A clause is comprised of a group of words, which includes a subject, very important, a finite verb. I want you to take note of finite verb, not just any verb, a finite verb, and makes sense on its own. I put these in different colors because I want you to take note of them throughout the class. You'll notice that throughout the class, anything you see in red color is a subject. Example, I graduated last year. So I, subject, graduated is the finite verb in this sentence, last year. And this qualifies to be called a clause because it's a subject, it has a subject, it has a finite verb, and then it makes sense. All right. Moving on. The subject of the clause can be evident or hidden. The subject of a clause can be evident or hidden. I've given you two examples here. For the first one, it's evident. Who is the doer of the action? Tom is a very talented player. Who is the doer of the action? It's Tom. It's evident. Then it's also possible that it could be hidden. It may not be evident. Do your work early. That's a complete sentence, but who's the doer? We don't even know. It's accepted that the doer may not be known. Now, I've given you, it's possible I've given you the sentence with a subject. Tessa, do your work early. I could remove Tessa. It does not change the sentence, but it is very important that the sentence must have a finite verb for it to be a clause. All right, this is a reminder. We've done this over and over again. The subject is the doer. The verb is the action. The object is the receiver of the action done by the doer. And the complement, which could be direct or indirect, is a reference to either the object or the subject. And then the adjuncts, which are the adverbs. I'm going to explain this more in our Google class. Let's quickly move on. We have two types of clauses. We have main, which could also be called independent. Here I use the equal to sign because a main clause is the same thing as an independent clause. Then the subordinate clause is the same thing as a dependent clause. All right. So explaining a main clause or independent clause, it functions on its own and it makes complete sense. When it functions on its own, it makes complete sense. Then take note, it uses coordinating. Please take note of coordinating conjunctions or coordinating conjunctions as connectors. And, but, or, so. I've taught you this before. I like ice cream. I can do it. These are clauses. I want to buy a phone and see my friend too. He went to London, so he visited his aunt. These two clauses have equal weight. they have equal weights. That's why we say they are coordinating conjunctions. You will see when we get to subordinating conjunctions that one is going to rest on the other. A subordinate clause is a total dependent clause. Although it has a finite verb, it cannot make sense on its own. It leaves the idea or thought unfinished. Even if it has a finite verb, the idea is left unfinished. It helps the main clause. Alright? When we get there, this is a subordinate clause. We will remove our heart. You cannot just say when we get there. The thought is incomplete. So, 3 types of subordinate clause. We have the noun clause, the adjectival clause, and the adverbial clause. Then, these are the functions of the noun clause. I've taught you this over and over again. Subject of the sentence could be I've underlined it. That you slapped me is unforgivable. Object of the sentence, I fear that he overslept. 3, subject complement. Life is what we make of it. All these are subordinate clauses. Noun clause, subordinate clauses. I gave her whatever she wanted. That's the complement. That's the object complement. And you can travel with whoever you choose. That is complement of a preposition. Alright, that should be all for today. We are going to continue from this point in our next class. But before we go, make sure you have done your class tasks and other class activities. Thank you. See you in our Google class. Bye.